awesome.
It's awesome.
The other thing we're supposed to swallow is that global warming continues to be the catastrophic problem they said 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago that it would be. Mm-hmm. And none of their predictions have been correct. None.
Right. We've talked on the Pat and Stu show on Blaze TV an awful lot about the models that projected, all of them, or there's two different estimates. One, 36 of 38 models projected the temperature that it would warm more than it has. The other one shows 75 of 75 models projected a temperature that is too high. It hasn't gone as fast as they thought. And it's not just the issue, is it warming, or why is it warming even? The issue is you have to have these things that multiply on top of themselves to make the climate system go out of control. Because if that doesn't happen for the left, their plans make no sense. You have minor things you kind of have to deal with. We've had about a 6-inch ocean rise over the past 150 years. Is that the thing you'd look back on the last 150 years and notice? Maybe you'd notice the invention of the internet, or a lot of other really important things that have changed our society. I doubt you'd mention the 7 or 8 inch water rise over the past 150 years. So, looking into the future, if there's going to be another 6 or 7 inch, I don't think that's going to be a big thing. You have to have this catastrophic nonsense. Well, all of those projections have fallen apart for these guys. It has not happened. There's a new report coming out next week. This is the new UN IPCC report, which is supposed to be the Bible of global warming. And it's the thing that Al Gore praises all the time. Well, apparently they're noticing some of these scientific revelations, that the old projections don't exactly work. In other words, you should have trusted us last time, and you were a Holocaust denier if you didn't trust us last time. Now that we're wrong, you are still a Holocaust denier if you don't trust us this time. However, when they point out they were wrong last time, they're getting comments on their report. And they're working on this report now to be published next week. It's expected to address the fact that 1998 was the hottest year on record, and world temperatures have not yet exceeded it, which scientists so far have struggled to explain. This is from the Daily Mail in the UK. The report is the result of 6 years' work by the IPCC, which is seen as the world authority on the extent of climate change and what's causing it, at least seen by some. But leaked documents seen by the Associated Press revealed deep concerns among politicians, not scientists, but politicians, about a lack of global warming over the past few years. Comments have come in from countries like Hungary, which worried the report would provide ammunition for deniers of man-made climate change. Belgium objected to using 1998 as a starting year for statistics, as it was exceptionally warm and makes the graph look flat. They want to actually change the date so the graph doesn't look like it looks. The United States delegation even weighed in, urging the authors of the report to explain away the lack of warming, using the leading hypothesis among scientists that lower warming is down due to more heat being absorbed in the ocean, which has gotten hotter. The last assessment report was published in 2007 and has been the subject of huge controversy after it had to be corrected because they made an embarrassing claim that the Himalayas would melt by 2035, which is not at all supported by science, and if you remember, was taken out of activist literature. They just said, it's going to melt by 2035. It was taken out of activist literature from the Sierra Club or something. It was then engulfed in the ClimateGate scandal surrounding leaked emails that showed scientists involved in it trying to manipulate their data to make it look more convincing. But that's exactly what they're doing here yet again. How many times do we have to look at these guys and have them get something wrong and tell us that even though we were right back then, you're wrong now, and again, you're a Holocaust denier, you're a flat earther if you say that? I mean, I don't know how many times we can possibly be expected to go back to these same people. The same people, in many cases, the same names, the same individuals who were telling us we were going into an ice age in the 70s and 80s, and now we're supposed to expect the exact opposite, even though their evidence isn't playing out. How long can this go on?
A really long time, apparently.
Apparently.
A really long, I guess, as long as the media plays along and allows their game to continue. Because as long as they have the cover of the media, they're going to be able to continue this charade.